Hello everybody and welcome to the Fancy Sip Review. Today on the Fancy Sip Review I'm going to be trying the Amore Sambuca made by the company Bar & Imports. And I know what you're probably already thinking, Bar & Imports, isn't that the company that sells alcohol to teenagers? They use their older brother, a homeless person on the street, to pick up the drinks for them? Well, believe it or not, they do make a pretty decent Sambuca drink. I know what else you're probably thinking. What is Sambuca? Well, Sambuca is an anise-flavored liquor, and the word Sambuca comes from Sambucus, the Latin word for elderberry. Although Sambuca is normally drank neat, sometimes people drink this on the rocks with ice, or they just pour cold water over it, resulting in the ouzo effect. The ouzo effect is when the drink turns into a cool, milky color, and Sambuca is also drank after you're done finishing a coffee or is a replacement to the sugar, producing a cafe corretto. When Sambuca is served with coffee beans, one bean is a con la mosca, which means with the fly. 3 beans is the traditional way, and it represents health, happiness, and prosperity. 7 beans is sometimes used to represent these 7 hills of Rome. And finally, sometimes those beans are actually toasted, bringing out that coffee flavor. So again, the drink that I'm going to be reviewing is the Amore Sambuca. And let's look at this drink before I open this up and give the review. So with the drink, it says Amore Sambuca. The cool, smooth flavor of anise root and the white petals of elderberry flower are blended for an erotic sensation. So, I mean, maybe this drink's going to get me in the mood. This is a liqueur, and it is 42% alcohol by volume, 84 proof. On the back of this drink, it says, Amore Sambuca, escape the ordinary with the magical romantic powers of this truly unique flavor. Topped with 3 espresso beans, the Italian elixir is the perfect after-dinner drink, or add coffee for a gourmet finish to your evening. So that is the drink. Let's show off this bottle of Sambuca. Has a nice blue color to it. It has a very interesting circular shape to it, where most of these are just like those little 375s where they're just like a plastic square. This is going for a round shape. Here's the back of the drink. If you can read that, you'll be reading what I read. And also it tells you not to drink this if you are pregnant, which is pretty much common sense. And here is what the top of it looks like. Just kind of cheap plastic that looks like a crown of some sort. So let's open this up and let's get a review of this Amore Bar & Sambuca. This is the shot glass that I'm going to be using. It seems as if it's a little bit bigger than a normal shot glass, but it's all I could find. So on the nose, it does have a very strong star anise smell to it. If I were to have to explain it to somebody who has not tasted star anise, it's kind of a licoricey type taste. Kind of tastes like black licorice to me, or how I would describe this is a slightly different version of Jägermeister, whereas Jägermeister is a darker drink. This is a lighter drink, but it kind of smells the same. I would just say try some star anise, and that's exactly what you're going to be smelling. Here's what the drink looks like up close. Again, it's a clear beverage. I'm going to be trying this a few different ways, so let's give this a sip. It's a very strong drink. So one thing I'm going to bring up is that This is a little bit stronger than most vodkas at 40% or 80 proof. This is, I think, 42% or 84 proof. You can definitely taste that strength. If I were going to explain this kind of tastes like a cheaper version of Rumpelmints that is a much less alcoholic drink. I regret pouring this much. I do have to finish this so I can continue on this review. Yeah, I mean, it does taste like Rumpelmints. If it's around the Christmas season, you want that pepperminty type taste. It's a good replacement for Rumpelmints. But yeah, I mean, you're still just getting that anise taste. What would I give this? I mean, just in terms of a drinkable beverage, this reminds me a lot of just trying, your unique flavored liqueur where you want a little bit of sweet sugariness to it. I mean, if you don't want to just drink cheap Barnes vodka, for the extra $2, you're getting a pretty good deal. I'd give this a 9 out of 10. I mean, you can tell the cheapness. You can tell the artificial sugar to it. But as somebody who drinks energy drinks all the time, I've got no issue with that. So now I'm going to try this drink in the Ouzo effect version, where I'm just going to get that milky color, see if I can get that on camera. So I poured some cold water into my Amore Sambuca, and it does turn the color into a cool milky color. I don't want to make a adult reference to what this looks like, but as on the bottle it says that this is a seductive drink, so I'm sure you could figure out what reference I'm trying to make, and let's see how this tastes with the Ouzo effect. It does actually taste better than it does just neat. With the extra water that's watering down the alcohol, it's really bringing up that anise sugary taste. As a person who likes his sugary beverages, it tastes pretty good. I mean, it just kind of tastes like putting sugar and water and drinking it. Kind of like a Kool-Aid or something like that, but a milky Kool-Aid type drink. I think this honestly tastes pretty good too. Honestly, I think it does taste better with the water in it. I think that it would be kind of weird to go to a bar or something like that and order a shot of liquor with water in it, but I think I would give the Ouzo effect version of the Amore Sambuca a 9.2 out of 10. It tastes just as good, although it removes a lot of that strong, punchy, Rumpelmincy taste and just brings out the sugary taste of it. Finally, I do not have the coffee beans with me, so sadly I can't try it in the Con la Mosca or the Health, Happiness, and Prosperity or the 7 Hills of Rome version, but I'm going to try this with coffee and give my review on drinking this as a, whatever they would call it, the Cafe de whatever. So I'm going to pour this into a glass. I do have the coffee with me. As you can see right here, I'm going to pour this into my cup. That is 8 ounces of coffee. I don't know how much Sambuca you're supposed to put in, so I'm just going to put in 1 shot. So here we go with the final drink on the Fancy Sip review for the Amore Sambuca, and also the word that I was thinking of was Cafe Corretto. There's no way I would have remembered that if I didn't write it down. So I stirred this up a bit. Let's see how this tastes. It is interesting to me, this taste. If you were going to try something like an Irish car bomb, for example, or some other type of Irish coffee, if you're just going to get like just whiskey or something and pour it into this and then put some creamer in it or something, it would taste probably better than this. I don't think that the coffee blends that well with the Sambuca. It does taste pretty good as a replacement for sugar, but I don't think that this would be the favorite way for me to drink my alcoholic coffee. I would rather just get like a alcoholic creamer and like Bailey's, for example. Maybe get me some Bailey's and then get me some proper 12 Conor McGregor whiskey. No, I don't think that this tastes as good as just the Irish coffee. But I'll give it one more sip and give my final thoughts. So I gotta say, I don't think that that is the best way to drink the Sambuca. Maybe if you were to finish just a black coffee and then you were going to wash it down with a Sambuca, it might have been the better way to go, but pouring it as a replacement for the sugar, I don't know. Maybe if I was in a Christmassy mood, it would be a better taste. I don't get the erotic feelings of drinking this with coffee. So what would I give the coffee version, the Cafe Corretto? I think I would give this maybe a 7.5. It's all right. It's not a bad tasting drink. I mean, I like coffee. I would rather, again, just have this with Bailey's and just a regular whiskey. So that is everything that I have to say about the Barton's Amore Sambuca. I think that this is a pretty tasty drink, and I recommend it if you are going to a liquor store and want to try something a little bit unique. There are higher end versions of these anise type drinks like Yenny Rocky, the official drink of Turkey, or just a more expensive version of Sambuca that's not made by Barton's or one of their competitors like Recipe 21. So if you are a fan of Sambuca or you're interested in telling me things about alcohol or giving me recommendations of drinks to try, please leave a like, please leave a comment, please subscribe. I have been the Fancy Sipper, and cheers. Clink.